probably not the best choice. All right, let's talk about text structure real quick. What is one type of text structure that you heard in that video or that you remember from our lessons this week? Adrena, what's one of them?
Compare and contrast.
Compare and contrast. All right, somebody else, tell me. What will you notice, or what does the author try to do in a passage that has the text structure of compare and contrast? Leah.
He describes another one, he tells how the other one's different, and then he tells how they're the same.
Okay, so telling ways that two things may be the same and ways they may be different. Okay, that's a good way to explain it. Somebody else tell me some clue words you may hear. What are some clue words you might hear, Zeke? In compare and contrast. You're talking about things that are the same and the things that are different. So what are some clue words that you might hear in those passages? Or you might read?
On the other hand?
On the other hand, okay, that would be if they're talking about maybe something that's different. On the other hand, what's another one, Michaela?
Both.
Both. Very good. Eliza?
Alike.
Alike. What's another one, Amir?
Similarly.
Similarly. Rylan?
Differ.
Differ. They differ. Very good. Those are some words that we might hear if we're reading a passage that's structured as compare and contrast. All right, what's another one? We got one. How many more are there?
4.
There's 4 more. Trenton, what's another one? One from the song or one that you've learned this week? We got compare and contrast. What's another one? That talks about the way that something might be different or the same. There's other ones. There's 4 other ones. You forgot the name of it? All right, well, tell me what it does. Help him out, Sydney.
Description.
Description. Okay, is that the one you were thinking, Trenton? No? Okay, description. What does description do, Naya?
It's description.
Uh-huh.
It describes.
It describes things using what?
It's
Using what?
details.
Details. It gives details by using the
Senses.
5 senses, right? So maybe it tells us what something smells like. Maybe it tells us what it looks like. Maybe it describes what it tastes like, what it feels like, what it sounds like, right? So it gives us lots of details and describes it. Make sure you're raising your hand. All right, we got 2. We got description, we got compare and contrast. What's another one, Mason? Problem and solution. Emery, what does problem and solution do?
Problem and solution is where they describe the problem and then they tell you how you resolve it.
Yeah, the author usually introduces a problem, and then it'll tell the reader how the problem was solved, or sometimes it even tells the reader how they can solve the problem, right? All right, what are some clue words you might hear in problem and solution? You got any clue words you can think of, Pearson? Think about the name of it. It might say one problem is. Yeah, one solution is. Very good. You may hear words like that, right? All right, so we got 3. What's another one? What's another one? Pearson?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. What does cause and effect do, Bram?
So cause and effect is where there's like a cause, like if Bram sharpened his pencil. The effect, the pencil broke correctly.
Perfect. Okay, so it tells us something that happened and why it happened, right? That was a good, I like your example there. The pencil wrote correctly because you sharpened it. Okay, I like it. All right, that was 4. We're missing 1 more. What is it? Sequence. Yeah, sequence is my favorite.
That yours? Everybody seems to think
Why do you think sequence or how do you know if something is set up as sequence?
Story.
Okay. It's told in
Order.
don't call out. It's told in order. Yeah. No, in sequence it doesn't begin at the end. Very good. Very good. It goes from beginning to end. What are some clue words you might hear, Chloe?
First.
First. Very good. What's another clue word you might hear, Rylan?
Second.
Second. Okay. Y'all got those coming, don't you, JC?
In addition to.
In addition to, additionally, maybe. But is that telling us things that happen in order?
No.
What about you, Michaela? Then. Mason? Lastly. Zeke?
Finally.
Finally or next. Very good. All right, those are some good ones.
Third.
All right, I got another question for you. Okay? What do you think the purpose of being able to identify text structure is? What do you think the purpose is? There's a purpose in everything that we're learning, right? There's a reason why we're learning it. And it is to help us to be better readers. But what do you think the purpose is, Emery? To be a better reader, okay. What do you think, Leo?
To juice up the writing.
You think it juices up the writing? Okay, it could juice it up a little bit. Anybody else? Pearson?
It'll to understand the passage.
Yeah, it'll help you to comprehend or understand the passage better. What do you think, JC? What do you think, Rylan?
Like even when you forget all what you read, if you think about text structure, it'll really help you keep it in your head.
Very good. Okay, she said sometimes when you read, you forget what you said, but if you can identify the text structure, it can help you remember it. Remember we talked about how our brains are kind of like computers and the text structure helps us to file things?
And sometimes it deletes everything.
Sometimes it does. Your brain can delete everything. It happens to the best of us, yes. Alright, so what is text structure? Text structure refers to how a text is set up or organized. Okay? There are 5 different types. Everybody look up at a ceiling and tell it description.
Description!
Everybody look at the floor and tell it sequence.
Sequence!
Everybody look at the door and tell it compare and contrast.
Compare and contrast!
Everybody look at the front door. Tell it problem and solution.
Problem and solution!
Right, everybody look at your neighbor and say. Very good. Those are the 5 different types of text structure that we've been learning and that we're going to focus on today. Alright, so understanding text structure does help us, like you guys said, helps us to organize information and details that we're learning. It helps us to organize it in our mind as we read. Okay?
Sometimes it just deletes everything.
Alright, make sure that you're raising your hand. It helps us to make connections between the details that we're reading in a text. Alright, so like if you use compare and contrast as an example, helps us to make that relationship between the things we're reading. Okay? And then it helps us to summarize important details. So you're more likely to be able to summarize some information if you can identify what text structure is being used. If you know that sequence is being used, it's going to help you to summarize from beginning to end about what you read, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to read this practice passage real fast, and we are going to answer some questions, alright? I'm going to read it, so I want you to be slanting, sit up straight, listen, ask and answer questions, nod your head, track B, speaker. Who's the speaker?
You!
Good.
You know what's kind of ironic? It said it's called slant, but it has sit up straight.
It is kind of ironic. Alright, ready? There are many pets that people enjoy having. 2 of the most popular ones are dogs and cats. Both dogs and cats make great pets. They are both lovable and furry. However, you want to make sure that you're picking the right pet for you. Dogs require a lot of Dogs require a lot of active time to get their exercise. They also have to be housebroken, which can take a few weeks for a new puppy to learn. Cats, on the other hand, can learn to use litter box fairly quickly. Cats are more leisurely and don't require as much attention. They can even bathe themselves. Think about how much time you have available to devote to your furry friend before you get one. Yes, sir.
I'd like a shorter, like a summary of this exact, something like this on start reading.
Oh, cool. Very nice. All right. So what we're going to do is, let's think about this passage. Let's talk about what we think the text structure of this passage is. This is a fairly simple one. What do you think, Rylan?
Compare and contrast.
Compare and On the other hand, very good. However, very good. Those are some really good ones. Those are some that we talked about, right? Both, on the other hand, however. Leo.
Also, how do you get away with the...
Yes, look, he used this right here to kind of help him out. What is this called?
A Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram. He used that to help him out, help him figure it out. All right, what two things are being compared in that passage? Elias.
Cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs. All right, so we got cats here. We got dogs here. All right, somebody raise their hand and give me some information that I can put in there. What you got, JC? Bathe themselves, okay? Okay. Leo.
Dogs need more attention.
Need more attention. Okay. Chloe. They both make good pets. I'll put that right here, right?
Because the circles are going together.
Yeah. All right. Michaela.
Cats already know how to use the bathroom.
Okay, they use a litter box. They don't have to be potty trained, do they? All right. Sydney.
They're both animals.
They're both animals, okay? They're both, but we said they both make good pets, so we're going to let that fall under that category. Bram.
Cats just meow just to get your attention. Dogs bark to talk to each other.
Okay, did we learn that from the passage then?
No.
I think that's a good
I wasn't
point.
there during that.
Okay, you were in the restroom, that's right. Well, read it real quick to yourself. Zeke.
Cats. What is it? I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay. Look right here. We said that. They're more leisurely. What do you have to do with dogs?
You need to.
What you got to do? It said you have to do something with them that you don't do with cats.
Let them outside.
Let them outside. Take them on walks, right? They have to be active. Cats are more leisurely.
Maybe that's it.
Alright, so, with that information, would it be easier for you to summarize what you read, Sydney? Would it be easier for you to summarize that information now that you know you're comparing two things? Yeah. It would definitely be definitely be easier to summarize. Okay? And then we found what? What do we call this? When we find it in the text and we're able to use it, what do we call that?
Evidence.
Evidence, textual evidence. So we were able to use textual evidence to figure out what needs to go in our Venn diagram. Very good. All right. We are going to do a little bit of teamwork. Everybody say teamwork. Teamwork. All right. We all know what good teamwork looks like, right?
Yeah.
We don't need to discuss that today. We know what good teamwork looks like. All right. With your team, you are going to read a passage, and then you're going to determine and describe which text structure is being used in your passage, okay? You're going to work together with your team to create a Flipgrid video. In your Flipgrid video, you are going to explain, Chromebooks should not be open yet because I'm going over directions. You are going to explain